Hey guys, how the hell are you? And welcome back to Arnold Drinks. My name is Arnold, and tonight I drink. So once again, shout out to the bro, Mr. Eli Shot. This is another from his care package that he sent out to me. This is Redemption High-Rye Bourbon Single Barrel Select. This is also a store pick yet again from Lake Liquors in Cedar Lake, Indiana. So shout out to Eli, shout out to Rick from Lake Liquors. The last Lake Liquors store pick I had was that new riff and I loved it, so I have very high hopes for this one as well. Just as the label states, this is a high-rye bourbon. It actually states the mash bill right on the label, which is kind of cool. It also states the barreling date and the bottling date, so as you can see, this is something that has been aged for about 4.5 years. This is non-chill filtered and is 105 proof, so 52.5% alcohol by volume. Let's dispense with the chit chat and let's just get right into the nosing. Oh wow, hefty bit of cherry and peach. Little bit of oak coming through there too. Little bit of spiciness just trying to poke its head out. Fuji apples. Little bit of that proofage showing through on the aroma as well. Let's go in for a sip. So probably one of the best ways I can describe it is like fresh peach cobbler, maybe apple pie. Yeah, you know what? Apple pie is a little bit better descriptor because I'm getting a really healthy dose of apple, the cinnamon from the pie filling. There is also that baking spice that's in there. Yeah, this is very, very apple pie-esque. That rye is coming forth in a big way with that proofage and the spiciness that's in there too. And the finish, that finish lingers for a bit, and it's definitely a healthy dose of spice that kind of comes up and you think, oh my god, this is going to be a little bit too much. Like, you know, some bourbons, some ryes tend to have like a lot of spice that just kind of doesn't go away because of the astringency. There's a lot less astringency than I was expecting on this, and so as a result, like that spice kind of comes up in the finish and then gradually fades just like it's supposed to. Oh, thank God. A little bit more of that cinnamon coming through on the second sip. Little bit of a sherry note trying to poke its head out there too. That kind of like peachy, apricot-y kind of note that sherry tends to have. That's definitely coming through a little bit on this as well. Definitely only serving to accentuate that sort of apple pie flavor that I'm getting from this. I don't mean to make it sound like it's one-dimensional because like apple pie is definitely not one-dimensional. You've got the grainy characteristics in there, you've got the baking spice in there, you've got the fruit filling of the apple pie, you've got a little bit of sugary sweetness to it, maybe a little bit of a caramel glaze over the top of that apple pie. There's a variety of different flavors in play here. It's very, very well balanced, and that proofage, though it is over 100, it's not overbearing at all. It's just making all the flavors more prominent. Let's go in for one last sip, see if anything comes out that's a little bit different this go around. A little bit more astringency this time around, so it's definitely lingering a little bit more in the cheeks, especially in the lower cheeks, and kind of carrying that cinnamon sort of heat with it. Not like a brutal heat, but like, yeah, cinnamon that's used in baking. It's just got that little bit of a pinch that's happening. And now it's kind of evolving just a little bit into a little bit of a black pepper thing as well. Ever so slight bit of mintiness too. I probably should mention that. There's a little bit of like a pepperminty kind of characteristic that's coming through. Probably there again from the rye, but it's not something that's overpowering. It's just underneath. Excuse me. It's just underneath everything. It's really quite nice. It's just something that kind of melds well with everything else that's going on here, all those various apple pie flavors. I quite like this. This is extremely enjoyable, and considering that usually these single barrel select, these store picks can usually be found for about 44 to 46. Let's split the difference, call it a $45 bottle. Pretty goddamn good for a $45 bottle. Like, this is something that I would buy again myself if it wasn't given to me. So once again, thank you so much to Eli. Thank you so much for Rick at Lake Liquors in Cedar Lake, Indiana, because y'all picked out a great barrel for this. This is awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please remember, like this video, subscribe to this channel. I can't say that enough. This channel is growing. We've got the content flowing. I'm a poet and didn't know it. So please hit that little button down there. Be notified whenever we post new videos onto this channel. And as always, take what you do seriously. Do not take yourselves too seriously.